I've had a really busy summer, haven't really had the chance to relax in the ways that I originally hoped, but these self-care rituals have really helped make it so this season is ultimately still restful. And I'm trying to practice these rituals not only like right now because, I am on break. Not really. These things will help me like spring back into action, or at least try to make it so I stay sane while I have a very vigorous schedule. And I feel like this is a great reminder for me because it's like the end of summer, going back into fall, and I'm like kind of worried and anxious about autumn, and got trust. That's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. A really big one for me this summer has been journaling. I'm back on my journaling BS. Like right after I graduated, I was like, I'm gonna be so creative. Like, I'm gonna be an artist. I started reading The Artist's Way and started practicing it over the summer. And so I've been doing morning pages, which is 3 pages of freehand journaling every single morning. Take that with a grain of salt because I have not been doing it every single morning, and I have not been doing 3 pages, and some days I just don't journal. But I'm really trying to make it a priority because I think it really, really helps. Ideally, 3 pages would be great, but sometimes I only get 1 page done, and that's fine. I really think freehand journaling has been super helpful. Since we are approaching the end of the month, I'm also going to do like a journal session where I kind of reflect on the month. And I've been doing this for, I feel like, a few years, where I'll always ask just a few questions for myself, which is what worked this month. What worked could be like prioritizing my sleep and taking my Chinese medicines, which is true. What didn't work? And then I like to have like a small list of things that are like wins as well as grows. Then I always like to have like a list of general favorites. So like favorite items, products, experiences, movies, shows, and books that I read. And then lastly, I like to have like highlights. I think it's like good to pause and, take time to think about how your month went. Love journaling. Big fan. A big self-care ritual for me is my morning routine. And if I'm being so honest, I have not been honoring it very much. I did talk about journaling for a bit just now, and journaling is a big thing in my morning routine. But the second thing, aside from like, skincare, getting ready, is making matcha. I really just like enjoy the ritual of making myself a drink in the morning. And so it could be matcha or coffee. I just finished calling a friend, which I do think is a very big form of self-love that I practice pretty regularly. I always like to call my friends. And I was like looking out my window maybe 10 minutes ago, and the sunset was so beautiful. Like, opened the window and like went outside onto the fire escape for a bit, and I was like, wait, the weather is so nice. And so I spontaneously am deciding to go on a run. It's a bit late, like the sun just set. So I'm hoping to make this really fast. But another way that I like to practice self-love is exercise. Exercise has been like so crucial for me because I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping since forever, and I went to a TCM doctor when I was in California about this, and he basically told me that I need to exercise every single day. Like, I have trouble sleeping because I have a lot of racing thoughts at night, and he was like, yeah, you need to move your bodies to the point where you're so tired that your thoughts are gonna stop going like this. So I've been really trying to prioritize movement, but I didn't leave the house today, so I'm gonna try to go on a run. I'm trying to get back into running, actually. I'm really bad at it, but it's okay. I try to read throughout the day, but at night, especially, I always read before going to bed. I feel like it really helps me wind down, and it really helps me like feel a lot better. And especially since I have now built it a habit to read before bed rather than scrolling before bed, it has been like so great. So right now I'm reading The Blind Earthworm in the Labyrinth, and I love it so much. It's also Subtle Asian Book Club's book of the month for August. I'm very behind. But I also like to read on my Kobo. I especially like to read on my Kobo before bed, mostly because it's a lot lighter and it's like lit, so it can be dark and like all the lights can be off and I can still be reading.